everybody, my name is Annika Zetterman and I work as a garden designer in Stockholm in Sweden. As you can see, I'm working from home and I'd like to share some book tips with you in case you have some spare time these days. The first book that I'd like to talk about is one called The Foraged Home, and this is a celebration to self-sufficiency and how much beauty there is in nature that we actually can take care of, just to be a bit creative. And it's got some really great footage, ranging from everything from coastal areas to really the wild and forest areas to cities, and everywhere you can see foraging going on, and how you can make beauty of things that are just out there in nature, really. Very inspiring book, hot topic. Now, many of us would normally like to travel for inspiration, but of course we can travel with books. So the second book that I'd like to mention is The Gardener's Atlas. And this is a book that really takes us on a journey with plants, where in the world they came originally in the wild, and how they lived and where they lived before they became cultivated. So just to show you an example here we got the pea family, and I was going to show you the lily family as well, and how this family has in different ways been traveling and is now spread out around the world, with different countries, different types of lilies. Very interesting book if you like to travel around the globe with plants. Thirdly, I'd like to mention Garden City. Now this is quite a new book, featuring about 70 projects, some ongoing. And it's really asking the question, so what if cities were designed so that the boundary between nature and architecture, and sometimes IT as well, was almost impossible to detect. And it's showing projects anything from vertical farming to really cityscapes in the future, about 2050, 2015. So quite a lot of innovation, asking also and looking into the merging of architecture and biology, and how these potentially could function as a natural ecosystems. Lastly, I'd like to address talk about a bit about heritage and the importance of looking back and take that going forward into the future. So one book that is close to my heart is this one called New Scandinavian Design. Now, I think we can learn a lot from experts in all areas from the past. And looking at timelessness and pioneering together. Now, this is not a gardening book, or not a garden design book either, but it's a book about thoughtful ideas where humanity is involved, and how to make intelligent and clever design with function and humanity, as well as beauty in mind. So an extensive survey on contemporary Scandinavian design. And the last book I want to share with you is one called, if I just translate it, is a Swedish book, Orchids in Swedish Nature. And I think this is worth for contemplation. If you can find a book on plants or design, anything to do with heritage and regional aspects where you are, that could be an incredible inspiration. So this book actually tells me that we have more than 50 different orchids in the wild in Sweden. Anything from the very north to the very south, and this is a knowledge I think very few people actually have, and it's inspiring to see how much is out there and perhaps pay a bit more attention to the incredible landscapes that we do have close to us and what's in them, and how this can be incorporated into our own design schemes and also perhaps help the nature beyond. So I do hope that these quick tips from me gives you some inspiration for designing excellent schemes. I hope that what we see now would lead into incredible collaboration going forward, and hopefully very creative and innovative solutions with our past and our current situation involved into becoming better and a more wonderful world. So do take care, stay cheerful and stay safe, everybody. Thank you.